Welcome to diep.io. Diep, dep, dip, deep, deep.io. We're going to be playing this 2D shooter game that is exclusively for every platform that you can get it on. Well, really, it's just an Android device, iOS device, and a browser. I prefer doing it on the browser because that's much more simple. Let's go ahead and say that we are not a robot. Where is the sea otter? Alright, here. 1, 2. There we go. So, we have it connecting, and look at all this prettiness. I haven't played this in a very long time, but I sure hope. Oh yeah, I did play it a little bit ago though, because I was trying to record a video and I didn't get it quite well, but hopefully you have a nice time, and let's get started. So the basics of the game is it is a WASD 2D battle royale type of game, and you start with a basic tank that starts as a circle with just one cannon. As you can see, you can go ahead and do that. On the top left, there's game mode. I will start you off with maze. I'm pretty sure it will start you off with maze. And you can choose whatever your region you want. Obviously, you should choose the closest region to yourself to reduce lag. As you can see, Google Play and iOS. Let's go ahead and play. Alright, so there's also E. You can press E on your keyboard for it to auto, and you can auto fire off. And then you can also click with your mouse, left click, and notice how I'm bumping into these random squares. These give you points. Notice I'm level 4 now. You can actually click on the screen with your left click to start shooting, and you can hold it down also. I would recommend holding it down, unless you want to just do E. I would recommend actually auto fire, but sometimes you want to turn it off and then kind of focus fire, but that's a little bit more high-end strategy. But don't worry, as you can see on the bottom left, you want to get these. All of these correspond with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you can pick health regen, max health, and more. I'm going to start off with a lot of movement speed. So, there's actually one neat trick. If you hold down M, oh gosh, I'm lagging hard. Alright, I'm just trying to get away from people. Those are your enemy tanks, and they will kill you. It's an online multiplayer. So let's go ahead and hold down M and press 8. Notice how it gave us max, and that this last bar is actually grayed out. That just means that it will be filled up when you gain not yet another level, but other stuff. Let's go ahead and try to get... The squares are the easiest to destroy. The triangles, less so. As you can see, it takes a lot of hits for that. And those hexagons, I'm pretty sure, take the most. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do max 7. N stands for max. And that's why you hold it down and press the number. It's a WASD. And in maze, there are these gray things. Those are just walls. I'd recommend avoiding them at all costs because they do actually mess up your flow. But they're not as bad. It just means that other... Oh gosh, okay. How do I get away from that? I'm just gonna go this way. Alright, this person really wants to kill me, by the way. Notice how I am holding down my left click in order to attack. Ooh. And those are other players. Notice how it says Joe. Okay. So let's go ahead and try to get this. It will take a long time, but that's okay. Go ahead and take your time as you're trying to just gain a lot of points and not die. You actually don't even need to kill other people because of the fact that I'm just going to go this way because you're being rude. Alright. So, see the scoreboard? I definitely want to get on that. Alright. let's get this hexagon. Alright, we're level 13 tank now. That's great. And you can also move your mouse around the screen to further hone in on your attacks. Notice you can actually hover on the bottom left, and you can see that it's going like that. And my reload is the fastest. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to be away from all the people, and that's okay. One really good tip is actually to just try to go for the triangles mostly, because of the fact that triangles will give more points in general, and there's tons of squares. You can even bump into them, and they don't do much damage, as you can see. I'll go ahead and max 5, because that's bullet penetration. Bullet penetration is the same as damage, but different. You want to use bullet penetration as your bullets helps amount, and the damage is how much damage it actually does. The reason you want penetration more than that is because the more time it stays out on the battlefield, the stronger you'll be. Alright, now I am level 16. Once you get past certain levels, you can actually level up. And all of these increase different things. I'm going to go ahead and do flank guard. And I'm going to press E so I can kind of AFK farm a little bit. And it's okay to do that. It's a really fun passive thing that you can do. And it's meant to be a fun game. They even make sure that there's not many bots in here because of that. I don't think there can be any bots, but there might be, so you never know. And I'm going to be just going down a random path that looks cool. So I chose this because it looks like it goes out to two sides. These blue things are just your bullets, and they will kill other things, as you can see. And there will be a lot of lag, depending on your system. And oh god, that's horrible. Alrighty, we died once! Oh no. So the good thing about this, sorry about that, let's actually get that instead, is it will not make you start over. And that's a really good thing. What I'm going to do is press continue. But as you can see, I got level 22, time alive 5 minutes and 52 seconds, in fact, and 2,390. I want a higher score. I want the highest score of all. So, I'm going to show you how you can do that. First of all, you press continue once you die, and you're just wanting to fill out the game, just like I taught you. Spawn at level 15, meaning you will have points. When you start off, you will be invulnerable, so keep that in mind. One really good thing is to hold down Y, and it shows everything. Don't worry about this for now. You'll learn what that is later. It very much is complicated. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to just run, because I don't want to die. So, when you shoot projectiles, the reason I'm pulling it away from myself is because it slightly gives you a faster, it pushes you away. It gives you knockback. That's what it does, I think. And the bullets also do when they hit other things. You can actually showcase it here. Notice how it's moving the triangle. Voila. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and max out the 7, 5, 6, and I'll go ahead and put a little bit into movement speed also. Once I have those maxed, of course. So let's go ahead and move around. I'm just trying to get a lot of, okay. So generally you do not want to get hit by any of the circles because of the fact that they are bad. There's also bad triangles, but we won't be able to see that until we find whatever they are. So these are all called tanks. You're going against many other tanks, and you're just trying to accumulate as many points as possible. Alrighty. Notice how it's pushing me back too? There are different game modes, by the way, and I'll show you that later, okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can get over here. Look at how many bubbles I'm spitting out. Look at all the bubbles. They're beautiful, right? I think so. And there are a little bit of... There are power-ups. But those upgrades are the power-ups. As you can see, you're doing it out of 2 cannons instead of 1. And I did the other one, which is the flank. It went 1 from the opposite of where my mouse pointed towards. Alrighty. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go, go, go this way, go this way. I want my bubbles. No, no, run, 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 run. Okay, just run this way. Alright. Looks like we're getting a lot of squares. I don't like that, but that's okay. Ooh, there's a triangle over there. And it's okay to run into stuff. Just remember, you want to only run into triangles and squares generally if you have not put anything into your house or any of the number 1, 2, or 3 upgrades, I think? Power-ups? I'm not sure. Basically these things at the bottom right. Oh god, just leave you. Okay. So, notice what that is. That is called a, I forgot what it's called, in fact. But, just don't get near it. Oh god. They have, only a tiny bit of health left. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. So we'll just keep going. Okay. Get a little bit in the movement speed department. Just a little bit. Just so I can be able to get away from people. Oh gosh. So generally you want to stay away from those circles so that you can actually get a higher score. Because currently you do not know what everything is. Oh, Uncle Ruckus! You can actually kill those players, but I'm just trying to get away from them. That's all. Oh, run, run. Run, run, run. Alright. So I will go ahead and get a little bit more movement speed also. And I don't want bullet speed, I don't know. Bullet speed actually makes your bullets travel faster, which in turn makes them go further. The real benefit is making them go further. And the bullet speed is not really necessary. Stay away from me, stay away. Oh, Uncle Ruckus. I don't know what that was, but I think they're teaming, maybe? So you can potentially get your friend on the same server as you. And you can try that. And you can find yourself in the map. No, run, run. They're so strong. Alright. I'm gonna keep running. And unfortunately, I don't have anything in health regain, but that's okay. I'm going to max 4 because I want bullet speed so it can go further. Because what I'm going to do is probably go for a really, really spammy build, as you can see by all of these bubbles going out of me. I want to stay away from people right now because of the fact that I am so low, but thankfully there is health regain Oh god, look at that. Run. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running. No! Alrighty. So, that is something you just want to stay away from because of the fact that they are all house. What the heck? They are definitely teaming. Yeah, they are definitely teaming. That's okay though. So, continue. And these are the game modes. FFA, 2 teams, 4 teams, Domination, Maze, and Sandbox. Sandbox is obviously where you can just go against yourself. But I think FFA would be best for newbies. Also, 2 teams, 4 teams, and Maze. Actually, if you want to try out everything, I'd recommend Sandbox, of course, though. So I'll go ahead and show you out Sandbox, though, so that we can get a tell for everything. I will spawn at level 17. So, let's see how much I can do. Okay, so these are what it starts out from. You can actually skip. Notice there was an option to ignore. If you ignore, this will turn into what you saw destroy me. And that is some type of crusher that gives a lot of health regain, and it's a tank. Also notice everything actually slowly drifts. I did not notice that at first, but it does. So what I will go for when I get back on it is I'll go for that. Next is the 4. Next is the octo, because that's 8. And that's what I want to go for. But it's pretty easy to do, and that's okay. You can also go this way. That's why I wanted to do it, because I noticed that. This is a simple to understand. The colors do mean stuff, but you don't have to worry about that actually, okay? Because it just means levels and stuff like that. Alright. So, I definitely will go back on the, what was it? Twin, yeah, twin, okay. Yeah, because I like the twin because of focus fire. Alright. So, if you press O on that, you can actually kill yourself. I don't mean that, okay? Do not actually do that. Continue. Maze. Let's go back to Maze, where we want it to be. And let's get this party started. We have 1 more life, right? Okay. Just had to make sure because my stream is really weird. Okay. I'll go max bullet penetration and 6 and then 7 and then 4 and then 8. Okay, cool. So E. You can also press C on your keyboard to auto spin. It's not necessarily the best thing to do though. You should always try to focus fire in the very beginning because of the fact you only have one direction to point your cannon. And notice how my bubbles are going very much, not further, but staying on the field longer. Okay, twin, yay. And that just helps a lot. You can also go with a ram build, and I'll show you that later. Okay, so those are the deadly triangles. I'm going to be staying away from those deadly triangles. Wow! Wow! That's so horrible. Alrighty, that's the last of my healths. Unfortunately, that'll be all for today, but hope you have a nice time, and dip that IO!